What is up, race fans? My name is Owen, and welcome back to the Ben Fender podcast. And in this one, I will be reacting to race number 2 of the NASCAR schedule from Atlanta Motor Speedway, the second super speedway on the NASCAR calendar. And I just finished watching the race, and let's just say, holy shit, this honestly was the best Atlanta race I have seen in my 20 years of watching NASCAR. This is honestly one of my favorite Atlanta races. So much action, so much chaos. You just gotta love it. So, without further ado, let's just get into the chaos. So, before the race, Joey Logano got a penalty for unapproved adjustments on his gloves. He had this like a duck type webbing in between his thumb and his pointer finger on his left hand. I didn't see his right hand, but I don't think his right glove had it. So he had to go to the rear and then do a pass-through penalty. So he was behind the 8 ball by the get-go from that. Then Chase Elliott also had to go to the rear for unapproved adjustments. They changed engine gauge or something. I don't know. But getting into the actual race, the first stage was 60 laps. Michael McDowell and Chris Buescher were on the front, and not Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch were on the front row. Busch takes the initial lead, and right as we ended the first lap, the big one happens as Austin Dillon spins and collects Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Carson Hocevar, Alex Bowman, Noah Gragson, Harrison Burton, Daniel Suarez, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Preece, Justin Haley, Ty Gibbs. So that was the first wreck of the day. And so no one was out from who crashed. But Williams was out, who I don't even think he started the race. Let me see. From what I found, it says Josh Williams did not finish. So, and other than that, Christopher Bell passed the damaged vehicle policy, so he could go behind the wall. So he eventually went behind the wall a few laps later. But I'm honestly surprised this wasn't a red flag for how many cars were in it. But so on the pit stops here, everyone who was involved in the wreck, plus John Hunter Nemechek, got a penalty for pitting too early. So they pitted when pit road was still closed. After that, Kyle Busch takes the lead. Then Kyle Larson and Busch trade the lead back and forth. Then Chris Buescher spins by himself, bringing out the second caution of the race. And to bring insult to injury for him, he got a commitment line violation when he was going into the pits. And more rounds of penalties as on this stop as Noah Gragson, Alex Bowman, Tyler Reddick, and Daniel Hemrick got pitting too soon penalty. and John Hunter Nemechek got a too many men over the wall penalty. After that, Ryan Blaney takes leads. Then Kyle Busch takes the lead. Then Michael McDowell takes the lead. Then Christopher Bell comes back on the track with 35 laps to go. Then Denny Hamlin goes around off of Kyle Busch, bring out the third caution, which ended. Or did it end stage one? Yeah. So it ended stage one, which Michael McDowell ended up winning. So at the end of stage one, there was one car out and 4 cars that were laps down. Going on to stage two, it was 100 laps. Ross Chastain won the race off pit road, but Todd Gilliland ends up leading. Noah Gragson ends up going behind the wall as he did the same thing as Bell. He was involved in the first wreck of the race. He ended up just staying there and retiring from the race. After that, Smith makes contact with the outside wall. I think it's Ty Smith. No, Zane Smith makes contact with the outside wall. He ended up breaking a toe link and was out of the race. It didn't seem like it was a hard hit, but like he hit the wall and then dropped like a rock. Probably to try and make the actual commitment cone, but after that, Joey Logano ends up taking the lead. Then green flag pit stop start. After that, Kyle Larson takes the lead. Then Keselowski takes the lead when Larson pit, and then Larson takes the lead back. William Byron and Michael McDowell make contact coming onto pit road, which spins them in front of the pack that was coming to pit road at the time. After that, Bubba Wallace takes the lead. And more penalties as Ross Chastain, BJ McLeod, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Tyler Berry all get speeding penalties. And Eric Jones got a uncontrolled tire penalty. After that, Austin Cindric takes the lead. Then he trades it with Logano for a little bit. Then Joey Logano gets into Chris Buescher and they collect Denny Hamlin, which brings out the 4th caution of the race, which actually also ended stage 2. So at this point, there were 3 cars out of the race and 12 cars that were laps down. Going on to the third and final stage, it was also 100 laps. Todd Gilliland won the race off pit road. Then almost immediately, Casgrella spins, bringing out the 5th caution of the race. Then Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead. Todd Gilliland retakes the lead. Then Kyle Larson takes the lead. After that, Chase Elliott spins off Ross Chastain, bringing out the 6th caution. Chase Elliott did not have a good race. He was involved in like 3 accidents or something. It was insane. After that, Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead. Then Michael McDowell takes the lead. Then Austin Cindric. Then Denny Hamlin takes the lead. Then Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson make contact, and they collect John Hunter Nemechek and Corey LaJoie, bringing out the 7th caution of the race. After that, after this wreck, Brad Keselowski is out. After that, Ryan Blaney ends up taking the lead. Then Kyle Busch takes the lead. Then Blaney retakes the lead. Then Chase Briscoe spins and collects Harrison Burton, Denny Hamlin, and Josh Berry, bringing out the 8th caution of the race. And this one was red flagged for a little bit. And out of this one, Chase Briscoe is the only one out of the race. After that, Daniel Suarez ends up taking the lead once we got back to green. Then Josh Berry spins and collects Carson Hocevar. And then Chase Elliott also spins on his own, trying to avoid the wreck, bringing out the 9th and final caution of the race. Josh Berry is out. And after this last restart, Ryan Blaney takes a lead. And there was a 3-way photo finish as Daniel Suarez edges out Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch to take the win. They said on the broadcast that Suarez and Blaney were like 0.00000, like on and on. So, like, difference between them. And Kyle Busch was like a inch behind them. Like, he was probably this far behind him. But still, that was an insane finish. So that means rounding out the top 5, we had Austin Cindric in 4th and Bubba Wallace in 5th. And so at the end of the race, there were only 4 cars that were not involved in any wrecks in this one. And it was Austin Cindric, Ryan Blaney, Todd Gilliland, and a surprising Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was not involved in anything in this race. Which kind of shocks me, because he's normally involved. He's normally one of the ones who's always who's crashing out a lot. So with that being said, this was honestly one of the best Atlanta races I have ever witnessed. It kind of got a little stale in stage 2 when everyone was kind of just content on the 2 wide racing the whole way, but stage 1 was definitely hectic and awesome. And then the anticipation getting closer to the end of the race was nuts. So, if I were to rate this race, it can't not be a 10 out of 10. Like, it just can't. If the finish was like a normal finish, it would have been probably like an 8, maybe 7.5 out of 10 or something. But with that finish, oh my god, what an amazing race. So, with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, as well as go check out my other 2 channels, one being my main of Fan Rantan, and the other one being a D&D channel where me and my friends play Dungeons and Dragons. That is called Drunkards and Dumbasses. Please go check those out. And join me next week for the Las Vegas review, I believe. Yes, from Las Vegas. And I believe... Is F1 next week, or... Yes. F1 is also next week, so... Or this week, yeah. So, join me then as well. So, thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace.